Hi Twin Flames, highlight workers. Lisha and Andy here again with another video. And I just want to say I'm so sorry that it's been a while since I've been on here. I was totally intending on having these videos done before Halloween so we could have more fun with this Haunted by Your Memory series, but things just didn't work out that way. This has been last month was a very rough month, and I think that we all, as a twin flame community, have been experiencing a lot of the similar things, such as ascension symptoms, just having, to basically work a lot in order to make ends meet, or just maybe you've had some other things that came up last month in October, that were trying for you, and that kept you busy. I can tell by the number of views that there haven't been as many people coming on to the channel. So it's going to be a little difficult sometimes when we have challenges that we're facing to even watch the videos and try to get encouragement, because we'll be faced with so many things coming at us all at once that it'll be hard, and we'll have to really go inside and spend the time focusing on what we need to focus on as a light worker, as a being of light, and to make sure that we don't lose focus, because there's a lot of things that will come along the pathway during this journey to make us lose focus, and we just have to try our best to get back on track. And that's what I've done. So I just want to say hello, thank you so much, Twin Flames light workers, for joining me again. I just hope you guys are staying strong. And, even though I wasn't able to be there, I hope you felt me in spirit, because I definitely was sending my love and light to you guys. There's just so much that's gone on, and it's just so incredible. The angels have been blowing me away with the way that they've helped me in so many ways this last month. I had some financial things that I had to take care of that caused me to have to be busy constantly, like from sun up to sundown busy, and it was just so exhausting. But I made it through, and I got what I needed to get done. And there was also times when I just, was having difficulty with my ascension symptoms, having back pain, hip pain. These are the type of things that you're going to experience on this journey as you're just getting downloads from source. When you're getting downloads, sometimes you might feel pain. You might have headaches. You might have ringing in your ears. You might have, things that you have to do to kind of take care of yourself and ease those symptoms, because they can be very, very, overwhelming at times. A lot of pain. There are times when I just felt like all my nerves were tingling on end. And, I was just like on edge. It was just like crazy, because, when you're like that, you don't feel like doing anything else. You just want to lay down, or, drink some tea, or, take some pain medicine or something like that. But you really don't feel like doing much in the way of extracurricular activities, or, other things like, making videos. So it was very difficult for me to find the time to do that last month. So, but I did want to finish, and that's why I'm here today, dressed up again for you guys. And this time I'm wearing a mask, because in this Haunted by Your Memory series, I'm going to talk more about the divine masculines and how they do wear masks a lot of times. And even though they're haunting you and they are spying on you in certain ways, as far as, energetically, and maybe with their spiritual eyes, they are also protecting themselves, so to speak, from you finding out about who they are for real, their true self. Okay, so the masculines a lot of times have a way of hiding, and that's what they do when they put on their masks. A lot of them might be involved with different things, or might be in the public eye, or might be, just, a very prominent person, and they have this persona that they've created for themselves that have helped them get through so many different things on this journey. And, that can be hard for them to put down their guard and let you see who they are for real. But what they don't realize a lot of times is that the divine feminines already do see them in their true form. And so, that gets revealed to the divine feminine early on, after they are in the love bubble phase, and the divine feminine starts to seek answers as far as who is this person. The divine feminine goes on and does her research and learns more about her masculine through spirit, through being in touch with, different divinity tools that she might use, different things that she might use to help her understand what this journey is all about, and they will bring more revelations to her, so, even the tarot readings, some of the divine feminines will go get tarot readings, or, have things done that will help them to be able to get more clarity in this journey. And, that's one of the things that the divine feminine is good at doing, is doing the research and doing the hard footwork necessary to understand what this journey is all about. And the divine masculines, that most of the time, they're kind of just, cloudy minded as far as what really is going on. They may or may not decide to listen to the divine feminine if she decides to tell him or her what, the journey is about. But if they do decide to listen, or if they do have a hunch, or, some kind of inclination as to what this journey is all about, then they sometimes might still hide it from the divine feminine, just because they are not ready. They're not ready spiritually to open up and on that level yet. So you have to be patient with them. You have to understand that they are learning. They are growing in this journey in a different way than a divine feminine. And so, each aspect of this journey is going to be different based on the amount of growth that the divine masculine and divine feminine do separately, and then the amount of growth that they can do when they come together, whether that be in communication or whether that be in reunion. Okay, so I hope you guys are understanding a lot of the different aspects of this journey. And I also wanted to make mention in this particular video, something I was thinking about this morning is that the angels were telling me that, the twin flame journey is not a religion. It is not a cult. It is not any type of, sect or thing like that. It is a phenomenon. It is something that happens to you. So it's not something that you choose. It's not by choice. It's something that happens to you and for you. So it's something that you grow into because of your awakening on this journey. And once you're awakened, then that is when you start to learn more about the journey. But it's not something that you choose, because obviously, if we all knew that what this journey was all about before we started on it, we probably wouldn't want to even get on it. So, these are things that we need to learn as we go, is that, religion is totally different. Your religion is something that your parents chose and your parents' chose, and something that you even choose. You have a right to choose what religion you want to, to adhere to. And a lot of times we may end up choosing to practice different religions on this journey. We might start off at one religion, and then later down the line, we might feel compelled to study another religion, and then another religion, and sometimes we can be pan-religious. We can be someone that tends to believe in God existing in all religions, and that we all have different interpretations of how we should worship and how we should acknowledge our Creator. And that's totally fine, and if we are like that, then we are able to understand a lot more about this human walk, because sometimes we just need to relate to more than one experience. As twin flames, we are called to be more than just the average human. And when it comes down to being dogmatic or being, very closed-minded, we don't have that. We have a spirit within us that encourages us and, uplifts us and helps us to become more overall encompassing of this human journey and this of humanity in general. So you may feel yourself compelled to go to different countries, experience different types of people, experience different races. You might feel compelled to just do a lot of different things that you never thought you would have done, even while being in a particular religion or having a different belief system from when you were growing up. So just remember, religions and practices are things that you're taught. Okay, this twin flame journey is something that happens to you and for you, so that you can awaken into becoming your best version of yourself. Okay, that's a very important message that the angels and Father Mama want me to tell you guys, because I think so many times we feel like this twin flame journey is something that we can just pass along to someone else, or that People can't just wake up and choose that they want to be a twin flame. No, it doesn't happen like that. You don't choose to be a twin flame. You just learn that you're a twin flame once you're on this journey, and you start to find, start to seek out the answers for what's going on, because you really don't know at the beginning. So let's not confuse, what this journey is all about with any type of cult or religion, because it's not that's not what it is at all. And I hope you guys understand that there are not many people that really can get into this. And you might wonder, well, why am I the twin flame? Why am I all of a sudden understanding that I'm a twin flame, and why isn't my roommate, a twin flame, or why isn't this able to be understood by my family members? Well, it wasn't meant for them to understand at this time. I do believe that different people will come into awareness of what it is at different times of their life, but it's not necessarily up to you to help them understand it if they're not ready to understand it. And it's not up to you to try to make someone believe that they're a twin flame if they really don't know about twin flames. So, let's not confuse people. Let's not try to force this on people, because it's a very difficult journey to begin with. And so we have to be aware that this is a special thing. You're a very special person and light worker for being on this journey. And I just want to say I love you guys so much. And I'm so happy and thankful to be a part of this journey with you guys, to be a part of this community. And it is a community because we are, experiencing similar things on the journey, but it is not a religion or a cult. Okay, so even if you have gatherings, even if you have groups that you are associated with, this is, I don't want anyone to feel that they are involved with something that is unhealthy or unnatural, because even though we have a sense of togetherness, that doesn't mean that we're a cult or a religion. Okay, so the twin flame phenomenon is definitely something. It's real. It's a spiritual journey. It's a spiritual awakening. A lot of people have had spiritual awakenings in the past in different forms. Okay, so there's not just one kind of spiritual awakening. There are different types of spiritual awakening. There are spiritual awakenings that happen with monks or Buddhists or people who are, enlightened. There are spiritual awakenings for people who have been in Christianity before, and they decide all of a sudden that they have a newfound belief in, a different religion. There are spiritual awakenings for people who are just led and drawn to a spiritual lifestyle. They may not want to call it a religion, or they may not want to practice a specific religion. Like I said, they may be, they may appreciate all religions, but they may not want to practice one. And, we have to be loving and caring and understanding of all the different choices that may come up on this journey, because we're not going to all be alike. There's nothing that says that you can't continue to practice a religion that you were brought up in, but you will also be prompted to go explore and to learn what else is out there, what else is helping me to learn about love, what else is causing me to have unconditional love, to want to express that to my fellow mankind. So this is why we are here. We're here to learn these things. We're here to break down these boundaries. Actually, we're here to break down these molds that have been put on us by society, by even religions, by our parents, because we were taught that this is the only way we can, truly be with our Creator, and that's not true. There are many different ways that you can have a relationship with your Creator. There are many different ways that you can be a spiritual being. You don't have to practice one particular way. You can, be into crystals. You can be into, astrology. You can be into so many different things that's going to help you be more aware of who you are as a spiritual being, and to help you have more unconditional love. And if it's all about unconditional love, what you're doing, and it's not hurting anyone, then hey, that's what you're all about. That's what you're here for, to show people that there are different ways of being spiritual without having, to be in one particular sect or group or cult or religion. Okay, so just wanted you guys to know that, and wanted to clarify that really quick before we go on into the rest of the song. Okay, so I hope that helps. And I know that it's sometimes hard because we get into all these different discussions on what this journey is about, who is involved with it. We don't really know, unless you're, like I said, in a community that has come together as twin flames. there are some of us just out here that just don't know who else is a twin flame. Like me, I don't know everybody that's a twin flame around me, and I don't know how to tell if they are one, and I certainly don't have conversations about it with other people unless it comes up, and it hasn't ever come up in any conversation. So I've had to do my research mostly on Instagram and meet people on Instagram or YouTube that have shared similar types of journeys as me. So that's the way I end up meeting people, not by just trying to put it out there, but you may feel compelled to put it out there. And if you do, that's wonderful. But, just understand that not everybody's going to, know what you're talking about, and not everybody's going to appreciate it. And so it may be better and easier for you if you keep a lot of the, different things that you're experiencing to yourself, because not everybody knows what a Kundalini rising is. Not everybody knows what divinity tools are or how to use them. They may even say it's witchcraft, or they may call you something strange because they don't understand it. Okay, but you know what it is because you've been led by spirit to research it. And you know how powerful it is because you're seeing the signs, you're seeing the synchronicities every day when you're using these different things. So, don't be discouraged if someone else decides to judge you for the things that you do, but rather just love them and show them kindness, and just continue to be who you are, and live your life to the fullest and be your best version of yourself. And they won't be able to really say much to you, because the more you end up shining your light, the more they're going to want to know what it is that makes you shine. Okay, and they will subside with all of their negative talk, and a lot of those things are just because they're scared of not what they're scared to see what they don't understand. They're scared to witness something that they don't know what's going on or how to describe it. And even we're scared on this journey. A lot of times we have to overcome our own fears as far as how we can handle things when it comes to even dealing with our twin, because sometimes we got to say the most difficult things to our twin flame, and we don't want to run them off or scare them away, but things that need to be said, they still have to be said. I've had this month was also another month from this past month, and October was a month that I was getting into some really deep heart-to-heart conversations with my twin. And that's how I know we're getting to more of a core issues with each other, as far as learning who we are, learning what we've been through in the past, connecting on levels that are so deep. It's incredible. And just looking forward to the time when we finally meet in person. So if you're one of those twin flames who have been kind of isolated, or who have been in separation for a long time, I just want to encourage you guys, because the more you delve into your own awareness of who you are, the more you start to embrace yourself and all the things that make you who you are, the more you're going to see that you're blossoming, and that people around you are going to start being attracted to you, because they're going to see your light shining, and they're going to want to know what makes you shine. Okay, and your twin flame is also doing the work on their end, and learning what they can do, even though they might not say it to you or tell you what they're doing. They're doing their work. Okay, they're doing their work because you're doing your work, and it works like that because we're mirror images of one another. Okay, so let's go on into the song, the rest of the song. I'm going to end this song today with this video. So the last part of it is the last verse in this third part, and it says, "We started out as best friends, said our love would never end, but you were rarely there. I felt like such a square when others made you care, but I could not receive your sentiment." So what I'm saying here in this verse is kind of personal, because as I came to understand who I am as a twin flame, I started to realize that my twin flame and I had a connection as children. Like I said, a telepathic connection. And we did start out as best friends. We kind of had a knowing of each other. Even though we didn't actually know each other, there was a knowing of each other. And that's what twin flames have. And a lot of times the divine masculines are better at knowing their twin flame, divine feminine, because they have an awareness of who the twin flame is, not because they know what she looks like or who she is or what her name is or where she lives. It's because they feel her inside of them. And I say her, but these pronouns are interchangeable. So him or her, they feel the twin flame inside of them. And sometimes at a very young age. And this can be something that is hard to explain because they will not understand why they have this person, this feeling about this certain entity that is within them. This, the divine feminine and the divine masculine reside in one another on a spiritual level. But sometimes if the divine masculine is in tune with his spirit, he can feel or sense the divine feminine in him at a very young age. And so they become very in tune with who they are. They may not have a name for it. They may not know the name twin flame. They may not know what to call it, but they just know there's someone out there for them and that they're going to find that person one day. And, that becomes the real journey and basis for a lot of the decisions they make within their life. And it's a beautiful thing because they may end up doing so many different things to get to the part where they can learn where the divine feminine is and where who she is and what her name is. But there may be a long process, a long journey as far as getting there. And in the situation with me and my twin flame, he did have to do a lot of things to get to know where I was at because we were miles away from each other. He's on one side of the country, I'm on the other. It started off that I was in the Midwest, and he was on the East Coast, but then I moved to the West Coast. So then we were even farther apart. And surprisingly enough, that was when I was a young adult. I was in my 20s when I moved to the West Coast. And I know for a fact that my twin felt that move, felt that shift when I moved, because a lot of the things that were reflected in his timeline when he was writing music at that time, it was very sad and solemn and, just heartbreaking type of music that he was writing when I was moving away from him and not knowing, that I was moving away from him. There was a time when I didn't know about our connection. There was a time when I lost my memory of our connection. And so he did not lose his memory of our connection. He was knowing who I was all the time, energetically and spiritually speaking, but he could not find me. And so it just was like probably the most heartbreaking, heart-wrenching thing, gut-wrenching thing, to have someone, exist in you and not be able to reach them. Okay, so, I just have always been so amazed at how he carried, the belief and the hope of us meeting and one day finally reuniting with one another, because it's such a beautiful story, and many of the twin flame stories can have similar backgrounds and similar beginnings like that. But even if you didn't have that as a child, where you kind of had an awareness of who your twin flame was, you might have, as an adult, had a really huge spiritual awakening that caused you to be in touch with that inner twin flame, and that person that you just knew was out there and you had to find them. So it can happen as children, it can happen as an adult, and it can happen at any point in your journey. You can be, in your 50s and 60s and awaken on this journey and start to learn, hey, there's somebody out there for me and I need to find them and I need to meet them, But you will eventually run into this person one way or another. Your spirit is going to keep calling you back to that person, just like a magnet attracts. You guys attract each other. So a magnet will attract itself, positive and negative, the sides. So you guys will attract just like a magnet back to one another. And that will be, once you awaken, that will be your main goal, is to find that other half of you, okay, the other half of your soul. Okay, so when I say we started out as best friends, that's what I'm referring to. Said our love would never end, we had a connection. As young children, we knew that we wanted to be together eventually. And, for whatever reason, there was a separation in my mind. There was a blockage that prevented me from knowing who my twin flame was or feeling him anymore. And so, like I said, my twin carried that burden for so many years alone. And I was basically going on about my, matrix life, and, not realizing, hey, I have a twin flame. I have somebody out there for me. Not really understanding that, I lost touch with it. I lost touch with a lot of my gifts spiritually. And so, as children, that happens a lot of times when we go through trauma, when we go through traumatic situations or abuse, so that's what was the case with me. And my twin continued to, feel me within him, to understand that I was out there, and he wanted to find me, and eventually he did. So, I want to just say, give a shout out to all the divine masculines who are out there. I told you guys I'm wearing this mask because the divine masculines tend to wear a mask a lot of times, especially when they are hiding something so precious inside of them. Maybe it's the awareness of their twin flame. Maybe it's the awareness that they're meant to do something great. It's give me chills just thinking about how much the divine masculines are so important on this journey. We can never say anything negative or bad about them because they're such a crucial part of our the humanity and the earth evolving. Okay, your divine masculine is going to be needing your light as a divine feminine to lead them to where they can be their best version of themselves, so they can do these very arduous tasks of raising the vibration of the planet and helping to elevate the awareness and the awakening of different people on this planet. They may have some kind of a key as far as how to unlock some of the mysteries of the world that can help humanity. They may be inventors. They may be great politicians. They may be political activists. They may be humanitarians or philanthropists. They might be some of the most incredible people you'll ever meet. And they can do that by the help of their divine feminine, because divine feminine is there to nurture them and to help them see that it's okay. It's okay, divine masculine, to take off the mask. Okay? And that's what I wanted to do, is unmask during this video, because I wanted you guys to know, as divine masculines, it's okay to take off the mask for your divine feminine. Okay, you might have it on for everyone else in the world, for other people, for people that are in the spotlight, or just like in the case of my twin, he's in the spotlight a lot, and he has to put on a image of who he is to the people, because nobody wants to expose all of their vulnerable sides to everyone so that they can just chew them up. Nobody wants that. So the tender moments, the tender sides that I've shared with him are beautiful to me, because I can appreciate that. I can appreciate the side of him that no one else gets to see, and I can understand and love him, and just embrace all of those aspects of him. Because, there are so many different personal sides to the divine masculine that they need to be able to feel vulnerable enough to let their guard down in front of the divine feminine. And if we as divine feminines are not allowing them to do that, they're going to just, go back to what they've been doing for so long. And they're going to hide again. They're going to put the mask back on, okay? So, and a lot of times this is what's going on during separation. The divine masculine is trying to figure out, is it safe enough for him to unveil? Is it safe enough for him to take the mask off to this person? Because he knows that this is the one. He knows this is the one, but he's so scared to take his mask off to show her who he really is, because he's afraid of the rejection. He's afraid of being rejected by her. He's afraid of not knowing whether she'll love him for him, and not knowing whether she will be able to understand all of his flaws and character things that you might have. And we understand it, because we're made for each other. Okay, the divine feminine and the divine masculine are one soul split into two different bodies. We're made for each other. So there's no way she's not going to embrace you or welcome you as a divine, counterpart. So masculines, and this is something I wanted you guys to know, because my divine masculine, I asked him, I said, so what is the message that you want the divine masculines to know in this video? And he said, I asked him, I said, do you feel that the divine masculines should, take their masks off and be okay with showing their true selves to the feminine? And he said, yes, definitely. The divine masculine should feel safe enough at this point on their journey to unveil, to unmask, to take the mask off and show their feminine who they really are, so that they can do their, mission and their journey together in union. So it's time, divine masculines. It's time to come out of the shadows. It's time to take the masks off, to show your divine feminine who you really are, because you're a beautiful soul. You're a beautiful being, and you have so much to offer this world. We're waiting on you to show the world what you have to offer. And it's everybody's journey is different. My divine masculine and I are going to be working with the arts, with music, with being humanitarians and philanthropists. We're going to be doing a lot of traveling. We're going to be doing so many things to help people in different countries, and and only you and your divine counterpart know what that is going to mean for you. Okay. And if you're at the point in your journey where you're just so content at being who you are and doing your own work, that you can go on and on like this, whether your divine masculine or divine feminine comes back into your life or not, that is when you're going to be at your strongest, most highest level of readiness, when you're ready for your twin to come back into your life. And if you really desire for that to happen, it will. So I just want to encourage you guys. I hope this video helped. I want to cut it off here at this time, because I feel like we've discussed so many good things, and I'm just so happy to be back on here with you guys. I just want you guys to know that I definitely didn't stop thinking about you, not one bit. I kept saying, I got to get this video done. I got to get this video done in the series, but it just wasn't happening. But I think today was meant to happen this way for someone, and even when later down the line, when people start to see these videos, I get a little discouraged sometimes when I don't see very many views, but I know eventually down the line, different waves of twin flames will come into awareness of these videos and other videos for twin flames, and they will watch them, and they will get a lot out of it. So I'm encouraged that these are timeless videos, and that anybody on this journey, and I want you to understand that if you're a twin flame on this journey, and you're in separation or whatever stage you're in right now, you're going to eventually move into another wave or another stage that's going to bring other twin flames into that way that you were in. Okay, so when they talk about the twin flame waves, that means that, yes, there are different stages that we're going through. And once we passed on to the next stages, there's going to be other twin flames coming into the stages that we were in. So there might be twin flames in the love bubble phase right now that are going to go into separation, unfortunately. But fortunately, because they need to know what separation is like, because they need to go to the series and check them out, the Break Free series, and they need to go to the Separation Sucks video. Okay, they got to go through them. So these videos are timeless. So but once you as a twin flame graduate into your union, then you're going to need to help other twin flames and direct them to these videos, direct them to the things that helped you, because they're gonna need it. Reach out to someone who is on this journey and who's struggling. Try to find a way to connect, because we're all here to help one another. Maybe you're not as good with doing videos, but maybe you're a good blogger or vlogger, blogger. Or maybe you just have a way with songwriting or for poetry, writing poetry that can explain or, have a beautiful way of expressing yourself. Maybe you are a painter. Maybe you sell jewelry or, crystals, and you just have a conversation with someone passing by, and then end up finding out, hey, they could be a twin flame, but you help them by showing them something beautiful. And these are different ways that we are put in different paths to cross paths with other people on this journey for a reason. And I just want to say, if you guys, want to reach out and put something in the comments to let each other know, where you're at on this journey. I would love to know, what stage are you at on this journey? Are you in separation? Are you in the love bubble phase? Are you just finding out who you are as a twin flame? I want to hear about it. Write it in the comments below. And also, please give this video a like, and put on your notifications so you can know when the next one comes out. All right, thank you guys so much. I love you. I hope to see you in the next video. Take care, and love and light to all of you guys. Bye.